Hello, welcome back. Last time I finished up, Rival Startup, that's the name of the hold. Haven't finished that yet. Finished Fortified Cellar. I was gonna go down these stairs, but there was something I forgot to do. I wanted to test out whether this secret is indeed accessible with this room clear. I think it should be, if I just stay as far ahead of this gentry eye as I can, which is this far. Which is this far. Does that open the way to the Wubba? It totally does. Yeah, okay, so I can access this with that clear. I did think about that. I just didn't signpost it super well. To the point that future me, 2 years later, was like, you can't get to this secret without not clearing the room. But no, you totally can. It's fine. Alright. Level done. Oh, right, so I should mention, well, let me read this first. Office complex. Bithro breathed a sigh of relief as he left the heavily guarded cellar behind. I'll never get used to those big mouth things, he grumbled. Makes me uneasy when my really big sword isn't enough. Maybe I should bring a really big hammer next time. Yeah, that would probably do the job. Beneath the cellar was an area that looked like a place of business. At a glance, it seemed to be abandoned, but closer inspection showed signs of recent activity. As he was getting his bearings, he spotted a strangely familiar face. Half? Half? What in the eighth are you doing down here? Huh? Oh, a dungeon exterminator. What did you call me? My name is Ralph, actually. Can you help me out of here? I came for a job interview, but I got stuck in this room somehow and no one else is around. Ralph? What kind of name is that? Listen, Ralph, I'll help you out, but you gotta do what I say. Uncanny resemblance. Listen, if I call you Half by accident, don't take it personal, okay? You really remind me of my nephew. You got it, Uncle. Alright, so there's a lot going on in that text. This took me a little while to write and figure out what I was doing with it. So, first of all, this is a Half level. I wanted to have a character in here who was not actually Half, so I made the excuse that there's this guy named Ralph, which I'm going to say is a weird name on the 8th. And, you know, Bithro's going to play his voice clips of Half, open the door, whatever he says. That's not what he says. He just says Half, and Half says got it. So I need an excuse for why he would call him Half. So very similar name. Bithro's just going to get confused about it. And then over here, I'm just kind of playing with the concept, like confuse Bithro a little bit. Ralph decides to call... Oh, interesting. This actually says Half here. Well, yeah, because this is a real Half, as in the game element Half. I don't think I could have a custom character with a custom name in the Half role, like show up as Ralph here in dialogue and as the character thing, you know. That's a Bithro face. Anyway, yeah, so Half is here. This level was the point at which I figured out what I was doing with the story of the hold. I guess I sort of figured it out like halfway through the Fortified Cellar. And here, like the first two levels basically could be attached to any hold, but from here on out, it's actually, the story of the hold actually matters and starts coming into focus. If I go back... Bithro returned to the cellar. Better make double sure I didn't miss anything up here, he muttered. I should be able to look around safely now that I can leave all these things chained up. Is it true that every gentry eye on this level is chained up when you first get to it? Not this one. Ooh, I wonder if I wrote that level text, checked to make sure that was true, then later replaced this room and it became false. No, this one was never chained up. And neither was this one. Okay, no, so it was never true. Now I know. That was not a thing in my plans. Okay, so anyway, Half is stuck in this place. By the way, I added some scripting here, so if I just wander around... it's not happening. What? I don't think I can do this by myself. I should really go back and help that Ralph guy out. I guess it waits a few turns? Bithro looks at the situation and decides he needs a partner for this room. So I think whichever of these three rooms I can get to from that entrance room I walk into first, he'll say that line in those and then not say it again. Yeah, so a little bit of scripting here just to make sure, yeah, so I need help to solve any of these rooms. You can try, but, you know, you'll get nowhere. But the level format is open. I can wander all over if I want to. But I have to do this one first. So essentially, there are just room clear gates all around here. Anyway, yeah, so this room, this is not one of my favorite rooms in the hold. I think it has a cool concept, it just doesn't feel all that great to play, honestly. Also, there's a challenge scroll in it. Don't open the door to the empty office south of this scroll. So let's do the non-challenge version first. This challenge feels a little borderline to me, like I could take it or leave it. I don't think it hurts the hold too much by its inclusion, but it's one of the trickier ones. Anyway, so, right. Goal is to let Ralph out by hitting that orb. I guess I made that a toggle for flavor reasons and made it cracked so that it's essentially just an open. I guess. This is locked behind these two doors, which need something to step on there, and there are fire traps in the way. Both of which are toggled by this. So this is, if you've seen a mechanism like this before, you'll recognize this as a serpent length check. So I need specific lengths of serpent to go in here. Let's see, pressure plates pop up late, but fire traps toggle, or fire even later, so what you want is... Which of those two things is later? I think it is the fire trap changes later. Oh, and also that puts a force arrow there for some reason. Right, so I'm thinking fire traps fire after plates pop up, which would mean you want this held down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 length? 6 sounds right, yeah, and it's important that that's an even number. This could more or less be any even number, but I don't know. The different numbers have different implications for red serpents. Anyway, yeah, so I think I want both of these of length 6. One goes in here, hits that, dies against the wall, and then, right, the force arrow is to prevent the other serpent from following it in. Beathor could go in, I guess, but he'd get stuck. Yeah, so one serpent gets inserted into each one of these. So I got 2 serpents here. To access that, I need to ask for Ralph's help. And the empty office here is important. Yeah, okay, so this one orb just toggles all 5 of those. So I can ask him to open it, then once it's open I can ask to close by hitting a corner. And here are the other monsters in the room to kill. And all I have to do is walk in there, but if you look carefully you'll see that if I were to step on this plate, those Omplic would both be facing me and I would die to one or the other. I can't defend against both at once, so I'm going to need Half's help for that. I'm calling him Half. You know, it's Half. It's the game element of Half. Character is Ralph, game element is Half. And I believe this is a... yeah, old Half. Well, you know, grown-up Half. Okay, yeah, so I can tap on this door to open that, I can tap on this door to open that, and I can do something here. So we're doing the non-challenge version. I'm going to open this first. So if you just try to shorten the serpent without... I'm going to set your home to next to that orb. If you just try to shorten the serpent without thinking too much about it, just get it against a wall or something, you'll always get an odd number. So like imagine if I had head... tail, 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 and, you know, some number of tails after that. That would shorten down to head, tail, 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 tail end. 5, an odd number. Without additional obstacles, you'll never get, or without, like, changing terrain, you'll never get an even length of serpent out of just running its head into something stationary. So, what do you do about that? You run it into a door. And close the door. Well, I should have closed this earlier. No, I shouldn't have. I want to close it at a specific time. You're not being cooperative. Can I change that? Maybe? Sure, this'll work. Eventually, there we go. Okay, I gotta do it 1 turn earlier. So the serpent moves first? Yes. Half is 5th. Alright, so Health moves last. There's something or other about move order. I forget if Half normally moves before monsters, but because this one is spawned by scripting, he always moves last. Or maybe it varies per room. Or maybe that's not even a thing and I'm making it up. It's like guards are like this? They have to move before other monsters or something? Anyway, yeah, so using the door, I can shorten the serpent to length 6 easily enough. And it moves first, so I need to open this when it's at 7 to get a 6. Alright, so, and yeah, so this is serpent safe with the door open. You'll just come right back out without coming to any harm, just like this room is structured. And I can insert you where you need to go. Vertical, huh? Okay, that could be good. It's not, but it could have been. Alright. Alright, go a little farther then. Still no good, go a little farther then. So yeah, some familiarity with serpent manipulation is assumed here, of course. Okay, perfect length. Comes off the plate and opens that for me. Okay, so open this. That thing will probably just find its way to me, mostly. I am to its west, so that's the direction it doesn't like to go. It might have some trouble. Yeah, it's having some trouble. You're gonna go east, yeah. Right. Okay, how about that? It's not great. How about some of this? This should work. It didn't. Okay. How about a little further? That's still no good. It might work itself out though, actually. Yeah, this should be fine. Okay. Yeah, positioning health right next to that orb was much more convenient than not doing that. Alright, so when you're 7, right now, I open the door, you become 6, and exit the room. And yeah, nice, easy clear without the challenge here. Ooh. There we go. Right, so next step is I hit that orb myself. Alright, and this one can just be opened at any time. I can do it myself.
Follow me.
Yep.
Alright, Ralph comes along. These scrolls are here as an anti-serpent barrier. Papists scattered everywhere. Don't they do any housekeeping in here? So I needed a serpent barrier. For some reason, yes, so that I couldn't break this with a serpent by having it step on there. And I didn't want to write anything on them, so I wrote that dialogue as an excuse for having blank scrolls here. Anyway, yeah, so Ralph, you step there. Thanks. I still died. If I face better, does this work? Maybe? No. Okay, if I move a little more, probably. There we go. You did it! Hey, we make a pretty good team. Yeah, we do. Alright, so now Ralph's with me, and he'll show up in these rooms. However, I have a challenge to do. Restore to room start. Sure. Okay, and this is post-conversation, because I had just entered from there. So it goes to the latest room start, I guess, not the very first one. You'd have to restore to an earlier checkpoint for that. DROD restore system, pretty good, still some room for improvement. Alright, so the key observation here, number 1, you need a door to shorten a serpent to length 6. Unless you crash them into each other, there might be some way to do that, but it's hard to conceptualize. And I think even if you were doing that, you would never get them both to 6. It's probably possible if you want to fiddle around for an eternity, but I don't. So, other observation is each one of these has a door, and there's also a door here that I can access whenever. So basically, without being inside the office that I can easily toggle, all I need is one door open. So I need to crash one serpent into the other serpent's door, and the other serpent, doesn't matter which way around it goes, into this door, which is to the south, which is kind of a pain, and then I have to be close enough to tap on that to get Ralph to open it. So let's set his home close to this door. Yeah, so most convenient is going to be
Going.
tell him to open that, cancel before he does it, open this one,
Got it.
so this one will crash into that door. I will have to time that with Ralph, I guess, since I set his home there. I guess I could redo that. Let's do it that way. Or I could do this door. No, I can't, because I have to let the serpent out that way. Okay. So in that case, can I do this? I think so. That's this orb, I think. Yes, they correspond to the corner of the room they open. So get close to this,
Going.
then use that to get close to this,
Got it.
and then I can't cancel that without failing the challenge, so never mind. Guess I'll just have to time it with him. Yeah, this challenge is fiddly. It's probably my least favorite of the ones that remained in the holds. Not all of them made the cut. This one did. Maybe I regret that a little bit. Maybe I don't.
Got it.
Let's see how I feel in like 15 minutes when it's done. Hopefully it won't take me that long, but it might. You didn't come all the way out of there. Alright, so this is the easy one because it is to the north, a direction that serpents are happy to go. So the pattern that I'd like most is not quite that one, but similar to that. Let's start with some of this. You are horizontal right now, so to manipulate you, I do exactly almost that. Yeah, I can't make it happen here, so I'm going to need a different timing for this. Although, so it doesn't matter which of the 3 tiles you bump into, so maybe I can work with this one and it'll work out. It did. Perfect. Okay. So that's the shape I need. So again, when it's 7... Alright, what's the timing going to be? Let's see if I can do this without trial and error. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to actually tap. And then +1, so I want a serpent at length 17? That's 18. Is it 17?
Got it.
Did I math right? Nope. It's 15?
Going. Got it.
There we go. Okay. Length 6 serpent. Other one's gonna come out, so I should wrangle this one quickly if I can. And not let it do that, which I can't avoid, huh? Shoot. Okay, that's really oh wait, hang on, did I... No, I can't save you. Alright, guess we gotta do it differently. Okay. Yeah, so stuff like that happens. That's why I don't like this challenge. As cool as serpent manipulation can be, it also can be just a super pain. Okay, this is not a good arrangement. I mean, you can lose some tail segments before the main shortening, but let's just try a different timing. Yeah, it's just the trial and error heavy nature of this is the main thing not to like about it. You're gonna go vertical, which is not really okay here, is it? It could be. There's a different shape that could work here. Okay, that shape is acceptable. Okay, so it was 15, I believe?
Got it.
No, it wasn't. Yes, it was, but that shape is wrong. My mistake. Okay. Let's fiddle with the snakes some more. Well, I can't go down there and get anything done, so I guess we're just letting you go around for me to have another go around. Oh boy. I've found all the ways to make this hard on myself. Yep, still regret this challenge just as much as ever. Ah. Little close to the room edge for comfort. No, no. You come this way. Okay, so you're gonna go there, vertical, back here. Switch to horizontal and not really be where you need to be unless this works out, which it... Can I get to door access in time? No. No, I can't. Yep, this is a super pain. Not really happy about this. Vertical right now. Okay, so will this timing work out better? Maybe. Are you 15 yet? No, you're 14 now.
Got it.
That's too far. So vertical. Yeah, since your head is there, I can always get you out safely. Great. Okay. Yes, length 6. Very good. Go where you need to go before the other serpent causes me trouble. Thanks! Alright, one more door that I can open. This is the harder one. So one really interesting bit of feedback I got about this hold is that in some rooms, well, one that surprised me a little bit, and shouldn't have, but it did, was that the difficulty is all over the place. I didn't really do a lot of... I did basically no room swapping for difficulty sorting, just wherever a room fit thematically, I built that room, and whatever difficulty it ended up being, plus any tweaks I made, that was what it ended up being. But another thing was that apparently it's... And I do agree with this, I just didn't think about it at the time. It's difficult both to see what to do in a room and to make it happen. Oh boy, how am I going to do this? With difficulty. So yeah, this is definitely one of those challenges where that's probably true. Okay, so I think using your body to make a north wall will make it a lot friendlier for moving you south here. At the time when you need to do it. That is not the time. Well, it could be. Could it? Could this be, maybe? If I can move you east here, yes. I can't. You would have to have been on a vertical preference, and then that would have been perfect. Okay, so if I can get here in an arrangement like this 2 turns earlier? No, 4 turns earlier. Alternately 6 turns later. Let's try that way, because that looks easier to pull off. That's a lot more than 6 turns later, but let's see how it works out. So doing that little jog automatically puts you on horizontal right here. If I could have been to your north, maybe I could have done something good. But there isn't time for that, is there? That's almost a good shape. Actually, that's surprisingly close. Yeah, but it's off. Okay, so what if you only go up 1? I can't. What if you go up there and then this happens? Well, I also can't. Great. Yep, this room's a pain. Let's approach from the east. That way I get the west, that hated west direction, out of the way for you. While you... Oh boy, you've done this. While I can manipulate you more directly. Feeling a lot of regret here. Okay, yeah, so I think this is the good approach. Pretty much. So let's think about this. If I had... vertical, 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 vertical... Yeah, okay, I just need you to land on one of these 3 tiles on an early vertical preference. That's fine, I can pull that off. And that's perfect. Okay, did it. It's not perfect though because I can't reach the door. Okay, so let's delay you by 2 such that you reach 2 tiles to the east. You know what? This room's actually kind of cool for practicing serpent manipulation. It's a good exercise for thinking in those terms, I think. Still just kind of tedious though. But yeah, okay, so I found a pretty friendly, consistent way to do this. You just got to spot that pattern. Approach from the east. Be on a vertical turn so that Beethro from the west can manipulate this pattern. But yeah, both hard to see what to do and hard to do it. And also, what's my timing? I parked you right next to that orb, so it's 7. There we go. There we go. There we go. And the barrier stops you from going in there. Now you can head on to the north eventually. Like that. And you won't be friendly and go in there, but I can fix it. About like this, I'm guessing. There we go. Okay. Challenge complete. And then I hit the orb, that's right. Even in my own hold, I find ways to have enough trouble with a room to do a one-room video here, because that's clearly what's happening here. It's fine.
No problem.
You did it, we make a pretty good team. Tail Tangler, neat. Okay. I could probably do one more. Let's see, which of these that I can access is easiest? I think I'm going to go northeast. Use my foreknowledge. I can actually do this one. This is another room that got nerfed pretty hard. There was a way harder version of it that I have a little story to tell about once I get to it in post-mastery, but here's the easier version. It's actually pretty simple. So yeah, Ralph is here now. He's there, because the script, I have to enter the room for the script to run. You won't see him until then, but... right, scripted to be number 4. So we got Evil Eye locked behind doors. 2 constructs, and some construct disposal mechanisms. So nobody can go in here. I guess Ralph can, but then he wouldn't come back out. So this is prerequisite for accessing this part of the room. This orb interacts with this part and also is for that. This is a health-only orb. And this is locked away just like the first mechanism there. And this is for letting the construct out, so is that. Okay, so anyway, this is just a pretty simple spot the pattern sort of thing. The pattern to spot here is that a health there and a Bithros sword here will cause a construct to walk by. This too wide would otherwise be a hallway, but I've blocked it up. And get in there and do his thing. Okay, you, come with me. And now right here, we just gotta do it twice, basically. I think the simplified version of this might let me just do it twice. It doesn't matter if health is on the west or Bithro is. Pretty sure this works both ways. Oh, maybe not in this arrangement. Okay, let's do it the other way.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, not yet.
No problem.
Right, just because my sword was too close to the construct. Like, if I were already in that arrangement and the construct was coming for me, it would have worked. Did I need you to still be following me? Yes.
Okay.
And because of my sword, you stay put, so that's fine.
No
And the
problem.
question is, how does this open? Okay, this might get interesting. I'm gonna have to ask him to open it.
Got it.
I think I can kill the construct on the open door to keep him there? Yeah, that works. And then reposition Ralph.
Follow me.
Yep.
And there we go. Okay, yeah, that's the simple way. Neat. And I do have to hit this orb again to get to the Evil Eye, but all I have to do for that is this.
Got it.
Tap the door, health opens. Neat. I got room for one more. That's a nice quick one. And so should be this. So this is playing on another of the themes of the hold here, where you have a monster chasing you in a place where you can't kill it, either because you're disarmed or because you need it.
Okay.
And yeah, this is the most rival startup of rooms. I have a couple that are very, very much like this, but health comes in. This is kind of a little airlock. I'm up close and personal with this rot golem. I'd like to face this way. And instead of a wubba, health is my protection. He's number 2, rot golem is number 1. So I have to use his movement patterns to protect me from Rockboy here and perform operations. How do I do the first step? Okay, so Rock Dude wanted to move there, but that's no good. I think I need to, like, land in a better place to start with somehow? How would that ever happen, though? I can tell him to stay put, sure. Can I, like... I don't want to, though. I need this distance to get around. Yeah, the first move here is the hardest, but as soon as I get the pattern, this...
Ow,
Oops!
that hurt.
Wait here.
No problem.
Maybe it's that.
Come on.
So wait here, come on. There we go. That's a little bit magical, but it worked. Oh yeah, that's very magical. No, that time it didn't work. Why don't you move? Because the golem moves first. Okay, yeah, so if I do this, I can rotate him around. There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Awkward movement. Oh, by the way, the point of this is to step on the 3 corners so that I get access to this plate, kill the rock golem on it. That's what these spaces are for. And then Health gets access to opening the way back out. Alright, so I got the pattern, kinda. It's weird.
Okay.
I have a lot of room now in
Okay.
both directions. Okay, could you please just like, yeah, but like, Health doesn't like to move into exactly into my row or column. He stays like right next to me if he doesn't need to go farther.
Wait here. No problem. Follow me.
If I do this, Golem will transfer to there. And I'm just gonna park him, let's see. That works.
No problem.
And one more transfer.
Come on. Okay.
Each one of these feels unique, even though it's not.
Follow me. Yep.
I haven't internalized the actual technique for this, but it's something like that. Yeah, because of Half's preferences, I want my sword here.
Okay.
Move order definitely plays into this. This is kind of a move order puzzle of sorts. I can just wait. That arrangement creates itself. Okay, one more rotation. So it's sword here. Health moves orthogonally. Except I'd like to have rotated you back down there, but I don't think that's happening, so let's do 2 more.
Wait here. No problem. Come on. Okay.
Sword other way.
Come on. Okay.
Sure. That works. Okay, you come here, die on this, and you, please open that door for me.
Going.
Alright, there we go. That room's done. Okay. Yeah, this level's pretty dense. It's plausible I'll get the rest done next time. It's just like this room is kind of a doozy. The rest shouldn't be as bad, I think. Yeah. Alright, cool. I'll see you next time for other rooms in this level.